Everything's good. Boom, boom, boom. We do this. We do this. Still setting up. I love you, Dev, bro. Thank you, brother. Just want to let you know that. Appreciate you, Wheat. Love you too, brother. Woo! Got our whole lives ahead of us, you know? Got our whole life. Okay, let's look at the leaderboard right now. Let's see. Only top one goes. Only top one goes. And Zyro and Darky right now currently in first place. Let me know what I could do to help, Dev, dude. Got you the quality options, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Elmo? All right. We got the zone glitch, so give me a second. Tied with Nada right now. Who, you? 178. Oh, yeah, tied with Ark and Kanata. Okay, so when I was looking at the leaderboard while casting, it was not like this. They're getting tagged up a little bit. Not too far away, Blood Gangsta and Radgun. So we do definitely got a decent tournament. Who is that? Who is that? Is that this? Suds and Zeno. Oops. 162. All right, this is actually pretty stacked. Minute and Salco. Wrong button every single time. Not bad. Evolved and Vorks. 136. Not bad. What's up, Arca? How you doing today? Oh, yeah, happy I am. The Allo didn't qual. I prayed for it, and it happened. Why would you do that, bro? Why don't you just pray for the team you want to qual instead of somebody else not qualing? Come on now. Where's Retro and Phoenix? I just see in the feed. Retro. Where are Retro and Phoenix? Are they down bad? A little bit of chapstick, you know? What's up, Mr. Savage? What's up, Mike? Okay, Retro's playing for the revive. Devry's there on the other side. None of them is with walls, so I'm surprised Retro got on. Ooh! Oh, I thought he full boxed him for a second. Oh, he's going to try to get in the box still. He's not. Yeah, I was going to say. He's shockwave because he wants to get in the box. You just hold the res. Just hold the res. One on Westland spot. Yep. I believe so, Mike. I've watched some of the Call of Duty stuff they had on YouTube, so. How you saw Central? I understand. Retro's doing a good job of trying to hold them off, but only 74 points. They already qualified in Major 2, so for these guys, it's just more so watch no watch. Like Zyro, Caesar, BX, not too far off. Kanata and Ark still at Calamari. A lot of extra med kits holding the mending machine. But a lot of teams are now rotating in, so we'll definitely see how it shakes out. Red Bull land tomorrow, right? I believe so, right? I don't know, really, to be honest. Nah, I just gotta clear my throat, dude. I forgot to bring up some water. Ooh! The George with 5 months in a row. Astro goes down. Kanata and Ark find that elimination. His teammate is still up, so it's not over just yet. Whoever wins, that'll be the bottom line. Oh, my God, because Stone Cold said so. Thank you, Butchie. How you doing? It's in 9 hours? Really, Wheat? Damn. That was crisp. Crisp on the other side. They have to know he's there as a solo, but is it worth the fight? That's the thing. Peepotron, Wizzy over here. What do we got points-wise? Seps and Wizzy, Blink Peepo. 50, 60 points. Not bad. Hold down in Buried City. Yup. There's a new map coming out in there. 5:30 a.m. our time. Yeah, I might. How many days is it? There really is so many people in Storm. Karan Arc being one of them. Azo's not there. Salco a minute. Still at Sinister. We're not going to have very many opportunities there as Arc able to get, with the help of Kanata, 2 eliminations more. They still have all that extra loot. Going to quickly go back to the 30 Chug Jug, so that way they don't have to dig deep into their extras. But they do have big pots here. They essentially have everything that they need. Is your name Niza? I remember we talked about this. What's up, Riley? What's up, Lux? What's up, Drift? So Ark and Kanata going to be able to get that. Crisp is still here. They probably see him running away, but he's a solo. He does have med kits. Guzzle Juice isn't really going to do much. Maybe he can find some fruits and vegetables around Calamari Canyon. That'll be good. But for now, it does look like Ark and Kanata are going to survive. And while surviving, they take first place with those eliminations. Zyro, Darky, not bad. In zone, Blood Gangsta, Rat Gun, still at the Battlewood. Not bad. Don't really have to move far. Suds and Zeno, middle zone. I did see a Seer go down. Oh, fresh off the reboot from comp. No, it's Ethan and Raze, and then they're just going to rotate on out. They're not even going to go for the actual elimination. Kanata and Ark rotating what could be towards another mending machine, which could be good, could be bad. Depending on if they actually need it or not. 1 tick moving into 2, so they're not necessarily pressed for time. Med kits, triple chugs, looking good. Yo, thank you, Cash. What a cast today, bro. That was great. Honestly, was that like just as entertaining, if not maybe a little bit more entertaining than finals? All right, so just seeing where zone goes. Probably sit here for a little bit. They're not too far off. Not bad. Phoenix is back. Retro able to get him back in the game. Definitely does need some ammo. A little bit more builds, but not too bad. Better to have him than not. Slicksy's an OC is 110. Roughly a full game out. Remember, it's top 1. You win this entire thing, you go to globals. Unless you're Phoenix and Retro, then it'll roll down. But I expect a little bit more from these guys from Golden Grove. You can expect a little bit more from Phoenix and Retro, of course. Only 78 points. School and Thoric. Top side of the map for now. Ooh, they're hiding inside. What is this spot? What is this spot? I don't hate it. They got zone again. I don't necessarily hate it. Blood Gangsta Rat Gun, not too far off. Minute Salco finally going to have to rotate on out. Phoenix and Retro. Are they going for this mending machine? Ethan and Raze? Were you casting in the competition? Yeah. Oh, I think Friskies might know, I think. Maybe. I don't know if you know Friskies. I did. I did the main broadcast on Centrals. Happy for Slep Season Wagers. Bro, that was a good final game. When you realize it's Slep Season Wagers on high ground. This is game 3. This is game 4 of 6. It does pull towards the north again, though, so I can see why they want the medal. Just want to stack up as much as possible. They do have 5 med kits and almost 600 damage above the threshold, so not bad. Ark Kanata, 3 eliminations, 347 above. Some shots on the Jules, on the Bean, Tibba, Flash are on the other side of the tunnel as well. They're going to pause here inside of the zone, but they got to be careful not to become a target. Focus from the rest of the lobby. Darky Zyro, not too far off either. Looking in the direction, they can actually see Kanata and Ark. Obviously, can't make a play for it, but who knows? We've seen crazier things happen. Blood Gangsta, Rat Gun from the south of the Battlewood, immediately rotating towards the north. I like the continuous farm here, grabbing some extra heals inside of the zone. Just trying to give it over his teammate. That way they don't have to use the med kits. 438 above. See Minute and Salco finally rotating on out. We got to be careful. In 7 seconds, we are going to start moving to a 5-tick on this zone. So they can't even stop to hit the mending machine. They might have to hit another shockwave here. Because it is going to be a 5-tick. Minute's not even going in for it. Oh. 8 HP for a Minute. Another max pull again, though. Phoenix, Retro, Minute. All struggling with these zones so far. What's up, Joe? What's up, Carl? Celine? Lock up Pars. 1 elim so far. Hearing teams fire off next to him before they slide down. The 5-tick zone. This is where it's going to hurt. A lot of those teams on top of the mountain get the blessings to be able to look back. So they're going all the way around, all the way to where it opens up. They're going to use a lot of resources here to try to make this play possible. We're going to question ourselves if it's worth it in the end, but if they could somehow win this game, I'd definitely say it is. My problem is, Shuffle, is I ruin tournaments for myself by I wouldn't say I'm like the best at math, but like I'm decently good at math, so I can break down the points, you know? Okay, so not bad for Baka and Pars. It actually does work out. 90 on the chug, so they have about 200 chug split between the two. Compton Snevy having a little bit of struggles here outside of the zone. Snevy is going for this revive, but pressure coming in from different angles. He's going to have to abandon ship, go by himself. He's still 102 above the damage threshold, which is definitely what he needs, but he's going to fall below in this next zone. Does look like Zyro has just gone down. Darky's by himself. This zone is going to hurt. 300 damage below, almost 400 damage below. So for Kanata and for Arc, this is a chance to run away with the entire tournament in this game. You can have a decent performance, but 338 active surge breaks into the box, lands a shot on the retro, but it's not going to be enough. Blood Gangsta and Rat Gun next up. Decent pull for them. 278. Kanata Arc 562, already towards the zone, so they have all the time in the world here. Who else do we want to watch? Earn, Jules, Creep, watch Minute, Salco rotate from the backside of the zone all the way to the front. Big Fat Pujo. I don't think so. If they haven't hit me up, I wouldn't think it's a possibility. Chris goes down. Good amount of surge. Not necessarily a world-changing one, but it definitely alleviates a little bit of pressure. Allows them to focus on rotating in. 142. Rat Gun, Blood Gangsta, they pass them on that rotation. 175 points. This is game 4. This and 2 more games left. So obviously want to... Oh, a bad shockwave is going to send Blood Gangsta flying outside of the zone for a quick second. Having to shockwave in. I'm not sure if he saw him there or not, but they're going to be able to move in. 132 above the damage threshold for Kanata and Arc. Just peeking through the cone. They do got to make a couple steps in their journey. Zone is going to be on their backside. The buff above them is going to be Olive Road G and X-Spawn. They hear the lobby spray coming in. You got to make sure not to become a part of it. Yo, thank you, Butchie. I love Fortnite, dude. You and Matt should never be in the same sentence. Why, dude? I'm actually good at math. Oh, Salco Minute are on the other side of that. Another team in the hunt. They're going to shockwave on out. Kanata and Arc look to make that same rotation, but they make it relatively a little bit more safe. Oh, Minute almost gets jumped on by Kanata and Arc, who continue to rotate on through, who gets the edit overhead, but neither one wanting to take the bait, or at least not just yet. Salco, Rat Gun end up head-to-head. Baka, Pars on high ground. Olive Road, G, and X-Spawn forced to give it up. Baka and Pars, no stranger for winning games and finals and actually taking an FNCS. They got to be able to do that here, though. Rat Gun on the front. Chase and Rio end up in the front side of the zone. Timko, Larcos as well. But Kanata and Arc, they don't want to go ahead and take the chance to look up just yet. Baka and Pars being pressured. Multiple teams looking to take height. Z-Link is there. Misses that shot on Baka, who is continuously trying to take high ground. He has the Quack Snacks, but he does not have a teammate. Pars is going to go down. He doesn't have shockwaves. Doesn't really have a safe way down either. So he has to go to the backside of the zone and fall one layer by the next until he's comfortable to try to send it. No HP. His only chance, his only hope. Makes it to the zone. It does cut back. A blessing in disguise for Baka. Needs to try to close the gap. Kanata takes down Minute there on that leaderboard. Arc is down as well. So it may not be the runaway train that I thought it was going to be. Teams do have a little bit of a chance here. 5 builds left. top 19. Plenty of placement points left on the board. Has to be very, very precise about how he rotates through. There's one player up above towards his left. That's Clouds. Kanata's going to steal away that elimination. Not going to be able to get the actual Siphon HP, though. And some of those builds stolen away. He quickly returns back. That's Shelly on the other side. Kanata running out of time before he eventually falls in 16th place, giving Sauco the credit for that elimination. Sauco might be next up on that leaderboard, but he's going to definitely be by himself. Ratgun, Blood Gangster, they're the ones that are trying to play catch-up here. 218 for first place, 17 points shy. They close the gap by 4. Inact is going to go down. Z-Link's still alive, so no placement points for that elimination just yet. Top 13 trying to close the gap. We could have a new first place team after this. Exotic still up. X-Pon, Oliver OG, trying to make the miracle qual happen. They break into the box. X-Pon takes a big shot. They're not able to get the elimination, so no reward for that effort. Blood Gangster Ratgun, 215 and counting, though. Still looking up. They spot A1 Alex. Only land a shot. Not enough to get the elimination. Phoenix Echo, they're going for the revive. They spotted it out at the perfect time. No revive for them, but they are going to be able to clean up that body. Or at least I thought so. He's going to be able to escape. Stagger towards the back. That's going to cause Ratgun to fall for it. Tunnel Vision's too hard. He's going to go down. Blood Gangster as well. He's going to fall for it as well. A1 Alex gets back-to-back eliminations before falling himself. Now, it looks like the cushion for Timko is up for grabs, but with no build, there's no chance for him to take first. Z-Link, who's been as a solo for so long, could be next in line. Top 6 situation, 4 different solos, including him. OCs, Slixies, you look up, you spot them out. They look back, and they spot out Z-Link as well. He's going to quickly fall, and the tables have definitely turned. They're one of 2 duos. Mez on the backside, 1 of 2 solos. Thork's going to go down, so 1 of 1 solos left alive. Mez versus Slixies, OCs versus X-Pon and Oliver OGs. 4 eliminations here. They took the risk, the investment, driving on over a road trip. The first Airbnb might not have been what they hoped. They have moved. They've changed homes yet again. They're hoping the Cinderella story does stay alive. Mez getting pressure from all angles, burning through all of his builds, but now they're out of zone. But Oliver OG sneaks the Elim, gets the Siphon, but not in time for it to matter. Slixies and OCs will steal the game away. Okay, we got it. We got a good game right there. We got a good tournament on our hand. All right, I don't have a leaderboard up, I don't think. I do have a leaderboard up. That's what it was before. That's what it was before. That's what it is now. Ratgun and Blood Gangsta, through 4 games, lead by 1. Kanata and Arc, though, not too far behind, 218. Slixies and OC at 207. A little bit of a gap, though, starts to open up, though, for Timko, Larko, Sauco, Minute, Zyro, Darky, who went down with 0 points in that last game, 178. And then you got Inact and Z-Link, Zeno, Sud, School, Thoric, and then Vortex and Evolve to round out top 10. Not bad, right? Not bad. Not bad. Only top 1 qualifies, though. Only top 1. Always think about your call when Poyo 1v2 Reed and Cooper at Summit. I was about to say which time, because if you really watch both of Poyo's clutches, he actually 1v2'd Reed and Cooper both times, sadly enough. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, nail on the head, Shuffles. That was a nice little game 1, right? Or game 4? Oh, we're already into the next game. I think. That means we just need for the delay. 07, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Poyo was crazy, bro. Poyo was crazy. Oh, that one? Takes the crown off Peter Bots and places it on his own head. Or said something like that. I don't even know. I just spit off the top of the dome. I'm a freestyle artist. You know what I'm saying? But we have 1 minute to go until we're in the next game. So what I like to do is I like to show replays. That one was a good last game. So let's rewatch it. And hopefully by the time it's done, if I timed it correctly, we'll be into game 5. as well. He's gonna fall for it as well. A1 Alex gets back-to-back eliminations before falling himself. Now it looks like the cushion for Timko is up for grabs, but with no builds, there's no chance for him to take first. Z-Link, who's been as a solo for so long, could be next in line. Top 6 situation, 4 different solos, including him. OC, Slixies, you look up, you spot them out. They look back and they spot out Z-Link as well. He's going to quickly fall, and the tables have definitely turned. They're one of 2 duos. Mez on the backside, 1 of 2 solos. Thork's going to go down, so 1 of 1 solos left alive. Mez versus Slixies, OCs versus Xpon and Oliver OGs. 4 eliminations here. They took the risk, the investment, driving on over a road trip. The first Airbnb might not have been what they hoped. They have moved. They've changed homes yet again. They're hoping the Cinderella story does stay alive. Mez getting pressure from all angles, burning through all of his builds, but now they're out of zone. But Oliver OG sneaks the Elim, gets the Siphon, but not in time for it to matter. Slixies and OCs will steal the game away. Okay, we didn't time it perfect. We didn't time it perfect, but can you really blame me when I don't set the replay time? We didn't time it. We didn't time it exactly perfect, you know. We didn't time it. Okay, this time we got it. Holding that wall with his life, dude. From high, he was holding cone, floor, and wall. Cone, floor, and wall. That's what's crazy. Hello? Game? We good? You good? We still dropping? Yeah, some people are still dropping. Okay. But I know some of these guys should have dropped already. Okay, there we go. Battlewoods, Ratgun, Blood Gangsta, first place by 1 singular point. Top side being split by an Act and Z-Link. We got Kanata and Arc. Uncontested. We have 1 guy taking a little bit of the calamari loot. Why was he looking up? What the heck was that? Okay, well. Snevy's by himself. Ooh. Gets the knock. Picking up Siphon mats. Not sure if Qualifier has enough mats down below. Goes for the builds. And Snevy hits the shot over the top. Involved in Vorks. Who is this? Is there something I'm missing? And is there something I'm missing here? Ollie and them underneath. Baka and Pars taking the split. Slixies OCs. Eight beasties there. What's up, Innit? Thank you for the gifted. Thank you for the gifted. What's up, Stu? Night's good. Polar, are you here? Okay, so they did spot him out. Okay, not watching that fight. Go ahead and see Kanata and Arc. Uh-oh. Stealing away some of the loot. He's not even going for the actual fight. He's just going for Surge. Ooh, and his teammate Arc just kind of sitting up top, watching everything kind of shake out. More and more teams hitting the line, though. Uh-oh, it's hiding behind the bookshelf. Oh, Crank's going to fall for it. He's going to fall for it. He's going to fall for it. Wait, does he know? How does he know? Heard you talk about COD. You low-key look exactly like Shotzi. What if Shotzi looked like me? They shockwave together. Kanata and Arc spotted them out. They're going for the fight now. Ooh, that's second place. They got good damage. Arc pressing on over to actually get the elimination, and Kanata's with it. Looking up. Toe tag onto Crank. Kanata and Arc, just a 1-2 punch combo. Going from one target to the next, making sure neither one of them has a real chance to heal. The full box comes in. Delivered 30 minutes fresh to your doorstep, or it's free. Kanata making sure to box him up quick. Arc putting pressure down onto the other. Did get him a chance to heal up. Fighting back with the shots, so it's not going to be a clean-cut fight. But overall, still a net positive. Lurking through. Box him up. No shockwave. No problem. They get the full wipe. Both duos go down. There's still teams lurking around. Not sure if they know it or not, though. That's a weak question, dude. I think you can do, like, does anybody get over 10 elims? Something like that? I don't know how far along this game is. What's first place right now? It's 226. Kanata and Arc. They just took first place off that fight. It was 219 going in with Raygun and Blood Gangsta. Kanata and Arc were at 220 or 218, 1 point behind. But now, just because of one fight, is all it takes for it to change. What's up, Fear? I believe you eat, bro. You're the boss. I'm not. Alright. Grabbing the drop. Rackgun right behind. They think a team's there, but nobody's there. Even I thought a team was there for a second. Uh-oh. Baka Pars, one team above them. Does look like Baka did take some damage. That's not going to mean well when it comes for the surge. All right, shockwaving out. Back towards Wonky Land. I imagine they might be trying to visit the mending machine. It is uninhabited as of now, but you got to be careful. Alibot and Yusuf might be making their same way over there. And another team outside of Wonky. Oh, they can push through right after this. Oh, he ended up in the box. Baka somehow ended up in the box. He goes down. Pars 1v1. Good damage onto Alibot. The triple burst is in, and they get the wipe. Before Alessandro and Exotic can even catch wind of what might play out here. Baka and Pars. Never say never attitude. You see her in Tups? Darzi and Sniper Dude up on top. 96 points each. Still got Kanata and Arc, 226. They're going to stay in Calamari quite a while. Overall, net positive. They still have almost 1,200 gold. Just short, actually, around 1,150. So they're not pressed to move out. They can stay here. Zone isn't too far away. They can continue to assess the situation as it progresses. Blood Gangsta Rat Gun actually rotating on out. At the gas station of Frosted Flats. Just continuously refarming. Not too far away from the mending machine, though. Oliver OG, X-Pawn. Roughly 100 and something points down, so not too bad. Thank you, K-Dog. What team surprised you on Central? Maybe Chris and Allo. H cube encrypted, but they yeah, H cube encrypted, I guess, in a good way. Ritual cold in a not so good way, I guess, but they picked it up at the end. Not sure, Joshua. Empty item slot. Only 6 shockwaves combined. This isn't necessarily good. One elimination can change things for sure. And on an arc, did rotate down low towards the south. Hitting their extra med kits already. Trying to be early to some of these rotations. What's up, Bisquick? Appreciate you, little brother. Hope you can fix your computer soon. Better sell all your Pokemon cards. No, the only West team that's qualified in this lobby is Retro and Phoenix. The only other West team in general is Epic and Pump. Enact will be playing, what is it, Salco and Enact for EWC. Not bad, just another quick rotation in. That's the thing about Kanata and Arc, is you almost can't beat them with consistency alone. Because already they swung into first place with early game elims, which teams will probably likely fight them versus other teams. Let's check on an Acton Z-Link real quick. Outside of zone, towards Calamari, but underneath, not bad. All right, you guys want to hear a secret, though? You guys remember when Peterbot got stuck in the vending machine? Or not the vending machine, in the reboot van? I almost wanted to laugh, dude. I had to keep composed. I had to keep composed. If you notice, my talking kind of slowed down just because I didn't want to laugh. All right, lurking underneath, not bad. Mending machine up above. They're going to use this to kind of rotate in, but they have to be careful. I'm not sure if anybody else is on the other side of this, but it's not too bad. Minute in Salco, 180. 46 points down as of now. This in one other game, so you got to be able to keep up the pace. Possibly, Vest. Possibly. Is it Sunday? Is it? Tell me it's Sunday. Eats our Sunday. Fine. Oh, so maybe Sunday then. All right, sitting up top. Not worried about too much. More chances this game. Remember, last game there was really relatively nobody here around zone. Nobody around zone. This time around, they're actually looking pretty good. And Acton Z-Link even making it in. Coming on an arc already in on the southwestern side. Rat Gun Blood Gangsta there on the top side. Larko's Timko. Decent game last game. Ran up the score. Definitely keeping it close. Dude, I wanted to say something for H Cube and work it into the cast, but it just doesn't work out. But that's also the problem with me and why I never try to pre-plan any casting lines, because I can never figure out a way to make them work if they're pre-planned. This is game 5. $242. Decent loot. The both? Yeah, Biscuit. Gotta give it up to Veno and Agers, though. Made it entertaining, dude. They could have easily tried to play the game out. Maybe try to take Pete down later. But the way the tournament was going, like, they made it entertaining, dude. So I wish we would have saw game 5. All right, 706. Who else is in the race right now? We got Minute Salco, Zyro. Southside getting tags on the Peepotron Blink. will have opportunities on purple as well. Baka does go down. Is this? Exotic, Boogie. Baka, Pars. Pars going for the insta-heal. Exotic's going for the med kit. Not wasting time. Drops down below. Tries to go for a little cheeky angle. Like what Pars is thinking. In and outside of the box. But now is a chance for the double res. Exotic resetting Pars' res onto Baka. Making sure they're going to res at the relatively safe time. Not sure if that was the intention. But that's the way it kind of shakes out at the end of the day. Boogie's going to get a little bit healthier. A little bit quicker. Pars having to use his chug. Baka, that's all he's really going to get. And that's where he's trying to put pressure down. Storm Surge is actually taking. I'm not sure if they're going to hear this. They got to wait for the shield to actually crack, which is not going to happen at least in the next 14 seconds. Wait a minute. Is he going to let himself go down? Oh, okay. I was about to say. I thought he was going to let himself go down. They're taking active surge underneath. Now they're trying to break in the box. Baka has to play defensive here, making sure Pars gets the most out of the med kit. 2 tick per. This is where it's becoming a dangerous no-win situation for both of these guys. Baka quickly peeking out, missing that first shot. This is another one looking a little shaky here in a win situation. He's able to get one elim. Pars is able to clean up the other. They're able to get the siphon for the HP and make their way back to the mending machine. Winning the fight is huge, but you got to be able to kind of shake off the cobwebs. Z-Link and an Act are down, it looks like. I don't see an Act anywhere, at least. Maybe he has point bug? I don't know. I don't see him at all. Back up the leaderboard. Check him out. Yeah, Biscuit. Do you know what Blast Studios where FNCS studio broadcast used to be? I have no idea where they did their studio broadcasts for in person. Because don't they host events when players are involved? An Act went down 38th. Oof. Well, there goes your chance to qualify for globals. There's only 2 games left unless you kind of win. They did drop a 15 elimination victory royale game 12 of FNCS Major 2, so yeah. 370 above. Not a bad look. Not too far away from the zone. Phoenix and Retro. Essentially tarping a tunnel in, giving them extra space to work with in case disaster strikes. Slixies and OC have now tied up Ratgun and Blood Gangsta on their move up the leaderboard. How come you're streaming the FNCS? Are you able to stream it? This was West Epic Fortnite number streams I can stream. It's my personal channel. Oh, yeah, that's... If you're talking about that one, I don't understand. Let me go back to your... Oh, yeah, I think then. But I don't know, because that's... Yeah, I would guess yes. I would guess yes, if I understand the question correctly. It's like Season OC, 223. Another elimination here. Is catching up. Just 3 points away from Kanata and Arc. Yeah, exactly, Cash. Can they catch up right now? Insta Shockwave, one of the first teams to rotate. Arc goes down on rotation, though. The double tag comes in. Arc goes down. Kanata by himself. By himself. 226 points. Slixies and OC have already closed the gap between them in second place with their 4 eliminations. Now they've elevated themselves on high ground. They have to rotate the zone, so who knows if they can keep it. But they're just using this as an opportunity to thin out the lobby. Waste builds, waste resources, spots out Sebs, cracks the shields. Vorks and Evolved are the ones that kind of wreaked havoc to get that first elimination. They're not going to waste any time. They're going to Shockwave off the top and make their way on towards the zone. not necessarily maintaining their way up above, but for Slixies and OC, 227 points, a whole nother player up above. He's scrambling around to reposition. So there goes that window for them to get another elimination. Would have been the chance for them to close the gap, but now Kanata being by himself, 124 above the damage threshold, currently climbing higher, but 9 players need to go down before it turns off. A couple of quick players are going to drop, so make it 5 players need to go down. 185, this is game 5, only one more game to go to close any gap that could be built or destroyed in this game. 294 though. So pressure of Storm Surge alleviating, one person needing to go down to make it 100% true. Timco and Larco's 186. Oliver OG's going to get a knock onto one. X-Pawn's going to clean that one up. Jerry's going to take down one. Just trying to look around. Minute and Salco still up on 190 points. Ratgun and Blood Gangsta 225. Placement points only so far this game. But it is going to be better than nothing. Snevy and Compton from up above. I'm not sure the likelihood of them being able to be healthy in this game and maintain high ground, but they definitely have a couple of shots around the lobby. Nutify is going to go down. 4 more points for them. Not going to be able to get that loot. In fact, they're actually breaking it down, making it easier for Blink and Peepo to get it. Not sure why that would be the case, but Snevy does look across, trying to reconnect. Oliver and X-Pawn here underneath. They got that first elimination, lurking around on a possibly Minute and Salco. Phoenix and Retro gonna be underneath. Trying to see where Kanata is at. He's still a solo player, 236. We need a good old Kanata clutch here. We need a good old Kanata clutch. At least top 5. Chase taking down Darzy. Lurking around. Slixies and OC actually take first place. 245 above Kanata. So first place has already came and gone. Last we saw them, they had 4 eliminations. So they did get 2 more. Almost looking for another one. But they're not going to get sidetracked of what's most important here. And that's staying ahead of the zone. Letting it open up. Trying to beat other teams. They're already elevated. They find one. Full boxes of mid. Tubbs. Oh my God. He gets absolutely annihilated. 253 and counting. Kanata still by himself. Does look like Ratgun forced to be outside of zone, but they just make a detour on the rotation. Out and about to try to get to the front side. Blood Gangsta not taking too much damage. Either way, healing relatively quick so he doesn't take too much pressure. Jules with a sneak attack. Kanata not falling for the bait. Full pump onto Jules. Sliver of HP left. Surprised he's not going for the full elim. 6 builds here as a solo. He's not even first place anymore here. Uh-oh. Shockwave, no more. So it's down to the Chug Jug. The longer he takes, the harder it's going to be for him to catch up with the zone. 40 left. He's definitely going to run out. Probably seeing and hearing the footsteps all around, but he's trying to get the most out of these builds. He runs into Retro. Oh my God. Found Trooper instead. Doesn't get any of the builds, but somehow, some way, Kanata trying to make sure Destiny stays on his side. Finds the elim. Dropping down from above. Lightning does not strike twice. Kanata will go down. Darky and Zyro get the elimination. 273 points right now for first place, though. OCs and Slixies are now at 8 eliminations here, but they have 1 build split between the two. Zone on their back. They have to drop down. Kops is there. Zara's there as well. Looking to the other side. It's Oliver OG and X-Pawn that could be the next in line. They find an extra Chug Jug here. OC's being able to use it to stagger himself back. They're essentially playing as solos here, but it might be the only option. Looks back, spots out Compton, gets the knock yet again. First place is now building a cushion. They have globals on the mind, and right now they're thinking big. Finding another elimination towards the outside. Siphon and Medkit. The combination of both for right now is going to be the only key to success for Slixies. Picking up with the waste of the Chug Jug, getting tagged up just a little bit more, finds the shockwaves. His teammate does go down, 219 and counting, or to say 91. Final 4 situation, one of 4 teams left in this game. One of 3 solos. He can't necessarily go towards the back. He really has the bare minimum when it comes to the HP. Full duo towards the back. He finds the elimination, sneaks it away onto Oliver before he eventually falls himself. They built himself a huge gap in this endgame as Snevi tries to take the 1v2. First shot's going to crack the shields. Second one, hopefully he's going to get a knock here because that's definitely what he needs because with no builds left, he can't play for the piece control. Cops, Zaire, they're the ones underneath. They peek at the perfect time and they get the elimination. They win the game to try to close the gap. Oh my God. 1 game left and we have a foot race. 1 game left and we have a foot race. That was a 1-point differential that turned into a 37-point lead by Sixies and OC. Kanata and Ark in second place at 262. That's where the 37-point lead lies. Outside of them, there's an even bigger gap opened up where first place, Ratgun and Blood Gangsta fall to third and kind of need a victory royale at this point. Koffs and Zaire, 243. Sauko and Minute, 236. Timko and Larkos, 228. Zyro and Darky at 224. I got to imagine if you're over 200 points, so maybe top 7 has a chance if the competition above them goes down and they get a victory royale to close that gap. But anybody else, I'm not sure. Anybody else? Let me make sure this is it. Oh, yeah, okay. And the next game has already started, too. The next game has already started. So it is boom, 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 boom. 3 minutes. Top 1 qual, Ryan. Top 1. So this game is going to get wicked. Game should get crazy. Top 1 quals. Last game left. 2 minutes to go. Who knows? Who knows? Does Kanata go on over to West and win another major? This time with Ark. Just got done collecting the bag from Lacey. Does Ratgun and Blood Gangsta complete the Cinderella story? Can Koffs and Zaire come back after getting that victory royale? Does Sauko and Minute, uncontested at Sinister Strip, make a heroic run? Maybe Timko and Larkos as well. Did they unite as a team too late? Anything is possible, especially when you have a nice game right now. The worst game is 38th with 2 elims. 19th. Kanata, 4th, 11th, 16th. So not terrible, but not amazing either. Not the same performance Kanata had with Victor V. I'll tell you that much. Do. Not bad. What are we thinking? What are we thinking here? 4 points. Yeah, dude. 32. I mean, we've seen it on Central. We've seen it on Central. So hopefully, hold on. Hopefully I timed this one right. So we'll watch that replay again. Game 5. Victory Royale winners. And when we come back, we got Game 6. The pivotal final game of the day. Who from NA West qualifies to the Global Championship? We'll find out after this. Looking to the other side. It's Oliver, OG, and X-Pawn that could be the next in line. They find an extra chug here. OC's being able to use it to stagger himself back. They're essentially playing as solos here, but it might be the only option. Looks back, spots out Compton, gets the knock yet again. First place is now building a cushion. They have globals on the mind, and right now they're thinking big, finding another elimination towards the outside. Siphon and Medkit. The combination of both for right now is going to be the only key to success for Sixies. Picking up with the waste of the Chug, getting tagged up just a little bit more, finds the shockwaves. His teammate does go down, 219 and counting, or to say 91. Final 4 situation. One of 4 teams left in this game. One of 3 solos. He can't necessarily go towards the back. He really has the bare minimum when it comes to the HP. Full duo towards the back. He finds the elimination, sneaks it away onto Oliver before he eventually falls himself. They built themselves a huge gap in this endgame as Snevi tries to take the 1v2. First shot's going to crack the shields. Second one, Hopefully he's going to get a knock here because that's definitely what he needs because with no builds left, he can't play for the piece control. Cops, Zare, they're the ones underneath. They peak at the perfect time and they get the elimination. They win the game to try to... A game of ring around the rosy for him that came to an end. So how the heck did you do that? All right. With a battle for first place up for grabs... All right, hold up. His teammate did load in. Don't worry, his teammate did load in. First place. No surprise contest. Second place. Doesn't look like anybody is coming this way like last game. Third place. Again, no surprise contest. Fourth place, same as usual. Wonky Land, Minute, and Sauco do get surprise contested though. Oh wow, he got. Oh, he missed the shotgun though. He missed the shotgun. No extra ammo for a minute though. No extra ammo. But right now, it does look like they're just trying to chase him away. Crank beats Minute on the drop, but doesn't look for the floor loot. You can tell he doesn't necessarily know the drop. Not bad so far. And Act and Z-Link are surprise contested. Z-Link does get the down onto one. Over 200 points now. Surprise contest can work in the favor. They get both eliminations here. 8 more points up the leaderboard. Compton Snevy does turn into a 1v1 here. Raze versus Snevy. Or Raze versus Compton. Oh, Minute's actually down. Uh-oh. Sauco's Global Dreams here on the line. Trying to use the sliders to create distance, and so far it does work out. He's able to get out, but with 3 builds, no shotgun, and a questionable amount of gold. Uh-oh. And they're chasing. They're chasing. Sauco and Minute have just been eliminated by the same team that contested Kanata and Arc last game. I mean, it happens. I don't know what you guys want me to, you know. Can't really say much. Ooh, he buys the scanner. He buys the scanner. How big was the bill? What do you mean? You think so? I don't think it works like that. Because the other team can get in trouble if they say, hey, pay me to not land on you. All you do is send that to Epic and you're good. Okay, so Compton wins, keeps himself alive. Alright, so Icy Cloney, eh. Add Sinister, we'll do a quick check. First place. Second place. Drops the scanner to make sure he's not getting lurched. Smart move. Sees the builds there. Really no other choice. I might. Z-Link is down though. Are they going to fight? I have to watch them. They're first place. Oh my god. Shield's gone like that. They're... And Act and Z-Link have been eliminated. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Random fact. Oh, the Fortnite fact popped up on my stream. Did you guys know Epic has the longest gap between FNCS wins with 4 years, 8 months, and 12 days? Fortnite fact. There's no way they can let this win slip through their fingers. They were just in first place after game 5. These guys know how to fight. We need to see them do it. Rotating early. Double minis is what I don't like. Double minis is what I don't like. Here, 225. I don't know. Maybe you could have afforded some big pots, but maybe they bought the double chugs. Alright, so they max those out. Timko towards the outside. So none of the teams on the hunt really fighting right now. 228. Koffs and Zaire still outside of Wonky Land. Not bad, right? Snevy comped from up above. This is the only team that's already qualified that's in this lobby. The other team is Epic Bell and Pump, and they already played Central. The face cam and webcam mic. Is he mad? Does he seem mad? I mean, I get it, dude. Bro, no way we're doing one of these bases. I'm down for it. But they're just blocking off that whole side so that way they can look back here. Oliver GX spawn. If you want to qual, you need to fight for it. 120 plus points down. Almost 130 points down. Like, what is that, a 20 bomb? They got to drop a 20 bomb if they're going to win this. I like to disengage. Come on, keep fighting. Keep fighting. Need the elims. Oh my god, X-Pawn just got beamed. X-Pawn just got beamed. Medkits inventory. Chug Jugs being dropped. Oliver OG creating space. I'm not sure. Can he go for the revive? Okay. Oh, he's down. So now we really need to heal. Yep. I'm not sure where Oliver's been landing, but I know he lost like they basically 1v1 for the drop spot and he lost it. I'm excited to cast it if I get a chance to. We're going to be doing West FNCS here. And you know what West FNCS is going to look like, Elmo. We're going to get Ghost Cam of West FNCS. That's going to be some interesting games. We're gonna be seeing this point of view for solo West FNCS. This is one of the teams that can. Everybody, I've been going through all the teams, bro. Doing nothing. Doing nothing. Doing nothing. Doing nothing. This is the same one? All right, first team may be doing something here. Work and school on the other side. Want to see the passion you have for the game, bro? Game changed my life. Who do I want to qual? Oh, Ark, to be honest. Arc, Rat Gun, Timco's, Larco's, Phoenix and Retro already did. Oliver. There's probably names I don't recognize in here if they have their names something different. Omo, you're gonna play solos, dude. I'm gonna be casting you on my channel, West Solo FNCS. What's your favorite? NA Central, bro. That can't be a real question. NA Central, of course. 37-point gap. If they don't go down here, if these guys get to top 10, right? Kanata and Arc need the win. Plus, that's the only way Kanata and Arc could. If these guys get top 10, the only way Kanata and Arc is win with elims. Trezzy, you're playing solos too. SFG, San Francisco Giants? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. San Francisco Giants are in Fortnite? Wait a minute. Hold up. Did I miss something? Do you think that I don't know, Biscuit, but I hope there's at least a team game mode. Whether if it's solos, trios, squads. I can see why they would switch everything over to solos, but like please keep a team game mode. What's up, Kiddu? If that's the case, bro, I might play then. If that's the case, I might play because then I get a free, you know? I get a freebie. What is the requirement? I have no idea. The time for me is 8:48. I'm a true NA Wester. Ratguns here. Coughs is down. Did Coughs and them get eliminated? Tyro and Darky still up. Yeah, Coughs is out. Suds and Zeno still up. Ratgun Blood Gangsta still on the south side. Spire and Pistol splitting ammo. Not bad. You guys say you don't want solos, but would you rather have no tournament or solos? And if you say no tournament, like, go somewhere else. From Montana? Not bad. In the mountains? The mountains of Montana. Rather play Rust. Good thing you guys have that option, and we're keeping the tournament. Baka saves the day. Gets 2. Yikes. We need a 30 bomb. We're in the situation where we need a 30 bomb, I think. 30 times 4 is 120 plus 100. That'll be 220. That'll bring him to 340. So, no, maybe a 20 bomb. 80, 60, 140. Bring him to 260. No, we're back to 30. Back to 30. Still sticking on the top teams. Trying to see if any of them may eventually go down. But for right now, OCs and Slick C's top 38. Relative easy rotation for the zone. They might have to do it again. But that's not too much of a worry. Kanata and Arc are in the zone as well. Blood Gangsta Rat Gun inside of the zone. Kanata. We pull center zone. You have Destiny up by the side. I got Ozzy stream up, and I can tell that you're so much on. By the way, you guys, honestly, that's 100% true. If I ever see him again, I'll take another picture so you guys can see how tall I am. Duos, solos, squads, trios in that order. I like duos as number 1. I think duos is the most entertaining game mode, but that's coming from a caster. Dude, if they go down here on this rotation, first place, having max full, other than the teams outside of the zone, of course, and only 200 above the threshold. Spawn a team, Clouds, trying to climb up the side of the mountain. Uh-oh. Does Clouds know they're there? Got to get some sort of a signal now that they've built, right? Trios is the most enjoyable? Nah. In terms of like entertaining, no way, no way. You don't like the solo clutches in duos better than whatever happens in trios. You would have never have gotten those Poyo solo clutch moments if this was trios, or at least I don't think so. Playing trios is more fun. Okay, so playing, yes, it's probably more fun. I'm talking about entertaining to watch. Dude, what do you mean? Having two people to carry me instead of one? They actually made it all the way in, almost without a single scratch. Another max pull towards the south. Arc and Kanata, not necessarily a bad pull for them either. They're in a sky base. They're going to be able to kind of get their surge up before they eventually rotate on out. But it actually looks like they're going to go ahead and rotate first. So that way they're not targeted off of high ground. Not a bad idea for Kanata and Arc. Them staying low is what worries me, though. Uh-oh. I have no idea. I hope it doesn't. I just said I like duos. What do you mean? All right. A multi-step journey. 245 above. They got to make sure not to take too much damage on this rotation. So they're really digging deep here on this one. They're using almost all of their shocks. OC's down to 1. Silksy's up to 4. 203 above. They did take some damage on that rotation, but I think it's not too much that they can't handle. They make it towards the zone. Pipochan, blink. They immediately cross paths, even though they don't connect with too many shots. They immediately try to go to work. Ollie goes down, so again, they're not able to connect with much. Yeah, but only one opinion is right, and that's mine. Couldn't even say that without laughing. All right, Cloud's looking across. Could be good damage for them, but they really haven't been able to connect with much. Only 17 players need to go down before Storm Surge does deactivate, so they really haven't had to worry. Same with Kanata and Arc. Uncontested throughout this game. They're just getting ready to see where the zone pulls. If it does pull far, they immediately try to answer the call. This side, a little bit more active. Timko does get an elimination. Oliver OG still fighting tough, getting elimination. Positioned right above Kanata and Arc. Kind of see the lay of the land. Zone is opening up in that direction. That's where everybody has to go. Towards the north, Kanata and Arc. Kind of creating a little bit of distance between Pak, Shelly. Doesn't look like they're going for one just yet. Baka Pars towards the north. A1 Alex there as well. I was looking for a Slick Season OC, but maybe I passed him. Changing from duos to solos every year. It's probably no. I don't think solo should ever be the main mode. I like how they threw it on the side. Nice rotation so far. Put on an Arc, trying to stay ahead of the curve. OC, Slick C still underneath in the dirt. Not afraid to get their hands dirty. Almost going toe-to-toe with third place, Ratgun and Blood Gangsta. Team that's just 2 spots below them. 50-plus point differential between the two. Kind of plays safe. Falling under the radar. The San Francisco Giants here. Picking up Silksies on their team. Making sure to sign a potential global qualifier. Okay, pull towards the right. Not too bad for them. You see them trying to peek through the cone, gather information. Trying to see how to assess the situation. We are going up the river just underneath the actual 0-point rift. Baka's going to be by himself. You see him trying to peek into the box. You got to imagine Storm Surge hurting just a little bit. Timko going down. Oliver OG and X-Pawn. That's only their second elimination. I thought maybe the 30 bomb would have been on their mind, but it's not a thought that's crossed. Top 25 situation. Placement points starting to set in. Continue to cascade from there. It's Kanata and Arc look to just continue to hold the front side of the zone. OCs and Slixies find another elimination. It has been slow for them this game so far, but the first with more have yet to come. They immediately go to the front side of the zone. They don't want to take too much attention by elevating themselves by any means, so they get to the front and drop down a layer or two. With every team that does fall, they do get points for their efforts if they do go for eliminations here, but don't want to risk going down early. Kanata and Arc trailing them. 40 plus points now. 41 point lead for first place. Kanata and Arc might be one of the only teams that might be able to catch up to them at this point as placement points continue to set in. They go a little bit deep in the zone. They take the position around the outside, and it's a worthwhile sacrifice with them having multiple chug-chugs, medkits in the inventory. They have to be careful. Slixies and OCs, this is first place. This could be a battle between first and second place. Kanata takes the big shot right now. 77 HP. He's going to fall. Struggling to get out the edit, but he's able to find his way. Arc on the other side. He's running into trouble. It's not just first place. It's other teams as well. He's trying to figure out a way back to Kanata here. And as they do, they reunite in the same box, almost escaping danger. OC Slixies were just there on the other side. Extinct up above, trying to waterfall their way in. Cloney on the other side with Icy as well. Whew. We almost had ourselves a big moment there. Raze is going to fall. Kanata does get another elimination. Having to dig deep into the Chug Chugs, though. They're outside of the zone, picking up 50 more. He has a full Chug Chug on the other side, but this is where Zone is finally caught up. Again, worthwhile sacrifices for them. Ratgun by himself. He needs a flurry of eliminations. He needs to be able to clutch up this game. It's much harder than the other two, but a doable situation nonetheless. Slixies gets elimination onto Astro. They're getting pressured. Zone is opening up, but it's opening up so slowly. He gets an elim, but at what cost? He's gonna go down. Oliver OG is gonna fall. X-Pawn gets revenge, and now OC has been left by himself to clutch up. Top 13. An almost 60-point gap has opened up here. 55 or so points. So for Kanata and Arc, they need to start closing the gap and getting eliminations here. Either way, they need to win it because OC is putting in a mathematically impossible any other way. Still fighting tooth and nail to see where he stands at the end of this one. Kanata and Arc underneath. They're cutting off the path up above OC's, who opens up the builds right behind. He's trying to give himself a shockwave play. Doesn't want to have to go underneath, but there's builds upon builds there. Finding a nook, finding a cranny. Trying to bring himself to the promised land, but you see he only has 60 left on the Chug Jug. Decent amount of builds. Retro there on the other side, and this is his chance to overbuild in this situation. Top 8, 251. It's now almost 60 points differential here. Kanata and Arc need to start getting eliminations. What are they doing? They're still on 0 overall. They have 4 mads. This is looking like Kanata and Arc might not qualify out of NA West. Icy is there. Shockwave at the perfect time. He's going to be able to escape. Yet again, opportunities are going right out the window for Kanata and Arc. They're not even picking up the materials. OC's still alive. This one is done and gone for OC's. It doesn't matter if he goes down here or later. I think he's clutched out enough points to win it all. Finally, they get their first elimination. He's going to fall. Kanata, he missed out on grand finals. This could be his first land that he misses out on. 339 points. It's OC and Silksies that qualify out of NA West and go to globals. Wow. They weren't going for elims. They weren't going for elims. Silksies and OC, the runaway train, have taken the NA West last chance global qualifier and qualified to the global championship alongside Epicwell and Pump, the major 2 champions, and Retro and Phoenix. Excuse me, they're the second place players of Major 2. 9 points away from winning it all. Slixies and OC. OC's solo clutch. OC's solo clutch wins the entire last chance global qualifier. Let's go ahead and check out that final moments yet again if I did it right. He doesn't want to have to go underneath, but there's builds upon builds there. Finding a nook, finding a cranny. trying to bring himself to the promised land, but you see he only has 60 left on the Chug Jug. Decent amount of builds. Retro there on the other side, and this is his chance to overbuild in this situation. Top 8, 251. It's now almost 60 points differential here. Kanata and Arc need to start getting eliminations. What are they doing? They're still on 0 overall. They have 4 mads. This is looking like Kanata and Arc might not qualify out of NA West. Icy is there. Shockwave at the perfect time. He's going to be able to escape. Yet again, opportunities are going right out the window for Kanata and Arc. They're not even picking up the materials. OC's still alive. This one is done and gone for OCs. It doesn't matter if he goes down here or later. I think he's clutched out enough points to win it all. Finally, they get their first elimination. He's going to fall. Kanata, he missed out on grand finals. This could be his first land that he misses out on. 339 points. It's OC and Silksies that are qualified. Now I just want to know, did I finally give up on them? In my predictions, I think they were the team I didn't mention but wanted to in the moment. I said Minute Salco, Raygun and Blood Gangsta, Kanata and Arc. I think they were the one team I didn't mention. If I mentioned 4, maybe it could have been them. I don't know, but congratulations to Silksies and OC. They didn't get enough elims. Who, Dylan? These guys been in almost every tournament, no? And do you have proof? Dude, they didn't go for eliminations. I'm actually shocked. I'm actually shocked they didn't go for elims. It's Kanata and Arc. Someone playing on OC's account, Old West Pro? I don't think so. These guys have been playing decent all season long. Why would he play decent all season long in the last event? That doesn't make sense. Got 15th, I think, in the first one. Is this 9th overall? Skin Cup, because we know those matter. Third, second. Who was paired up with Lacey earlier in FNCS? It was Arc, yeah. So I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. It just doesn't make sense how you're doing that good up until this moment, and then you're like, you know what? I don't believe in myself. Here, you play. What is this, Biscuit? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that because I don't know, I guess, in depth that well enough to, I guess, be a part of something like that. I don't know. So, you know what? I don't believe in myself. You know what? I broke both my hands, my fingers, my arms, my elbows. I can't sit. I got no chair. You take it for me. Take it away, buddy. But I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to play. I think I'm going to go grab some food. Obviously, I did Central to here. I hopped on right away. So You know what I mean? How dare you close 4? Yeah, dude, I got to, dude. I got to go grab some food. Congratulations again, Silk Seas and OC. I wish I just would have watched the solo clutch until he just went down and then watched Kanata and Arc. Excuse me for that. Still learning OBS work. You know what I mean? Still learning. But I think it was a decent tournament. Went down to the very last game for the most part. 37-point lead, opened up to a little bit more. But if anybody would have tried to take them down, remember, NA West, there's only one spot up for grabs. So unless you think you're truly going to outplay a 37-point lead, sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands. But it's going to do it for me. I can't, Omo. I got some stuff to do. You know what I mean? So I won't be live tomorrow. Maybe I'll be live Sunday, depending on the internet situation of where I'm at. But hopefully then we can watch some mobile heats or mobile finals, because I've never seen that before, and I'm interested to see what mobile finals looks like. Very, very interested to see what that looks like. But I do thank you, Elmo. I do thank you, Wheat. I do thank you, Biscuit. Who's that? Rehi? Thank you so much. I know Dev's not here, but appreciate Dev. Shuffs, Lottos, Merits, Ryan. Oh, crap. Stu, thank you so much, Stewie. The subs, the bits, scared me a little bit. Have a great night, y'all. Remember, take some time to do something fun, you know, take a break from the game maybe, go get something to eat, make somebody else's life better, whether if it's a compliment, a random act of kindness. I don't know. I don't know. Just try your best to make the world a better place. Because, I mean, that's it. It all starts with one random act of kindness on a time. Heard that in a movie, stuck with me forever, and I truly believe it. You know what I mean? Be the change you guys want to see in the world. I don't think so. I've seen these guys in the tournament for a long time, but that's going to do it for me. You can watch the replay. We joined in from game 3, 4, 5, and 6. We saw the second half of the tournament after casting NA Central. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys can follow me on socials. If you guys ever want to have a conversation, pick my brain, ask me questions, Twitter, Instagram, the best two. YouTube, see if I nailed my predictions for the Last Chance Global's qualifiers. Who knows? Maybe you guys could tell me if I was right or wrong, but adios, y'all. Appreciate everyone for taking the time to spend with me. I'm a little tired. I'm hungry. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. See you guys on the next one. Beep, beep. Adios. Now let's watch the Jacob MVP.